Hi, I'm Carol Andrews for another episode of Southwest TV News. Here are some of the stories we've been working on for today's show. A new integrated healthcare facility is months away from opening in Maple Creek. And leading up to that long-awaited day is the fact that the old hospital is already closed. Saturday Night Wrestling is a rare event in Swift Current. However, on this weekend, it was a unique fundraiser for the local SPCA. And on this Friday night, racers were saluting women and raising funds for the Canadian Breast Cancer Foundation. Thanks for joining us here today. Healthcare services in Maple Creek have been relocated until the new hospital opens. We have more in today's top story. A new integrated healthcare facility is months away from opening in Maple Creek. And leading up to that long-awaited day is the fact that the old hospital is already closed. This unforeseen closure occurred several weeks ago due to excessive moisture in the roof of the old hospital. And despite work crews repairing the roof, additional rain and leaking continued, forcing the Cypress Health region to make the decision to close the hospital and find alternate locations in Maple Creek for healthcare services.
We actually had Service Master out and they took down all the ceiling tiles, they HEPA vacuumed everything, they sprayed with a mold retardant, and so we did a really good cleanup. Then we knew there were areas we wanted to poly off and just not use, and thought that we would still have adequate space to be able to use that hospital. But as the rains continued, we would just find more and more leaks. We had a roofing company up there. They did some patching, but they weren't able to guarantee that the work that they were doing was actually going to be able to keep that roof intact. And in fact, it turned out not to be. So we really needed to look at what our other options were, and if we were to close the hospital, what would that look like and what would that mean?
Now, with the decision made to close the old hospital, a range of services have been relocated. This includes emergency, lab, and X-ray services at the former Transgas building on Pacific Avenue, and primary healthcare services at the old RBC building, with public health, therapies, and community health based out of the Cypress Lodge nursing home. And any patients requiring an in-hospital stay have been and continue to be transferred to outlying areas, including Leader, Shaunavon, and Swift Current. And despite this bump in the road, the Cypress Health region states it's business as usual, with all services up to code and a full complement of healthcare professionals in Maple Creek.
We have actually some of our staff away. They're going to be trained on portable X-ray because that's not a piece of equipment that they're used to using. We do have staff there who are certified to use that equipment, but we do have a few that aren't. So we've actually made arrangements already. They'll be going into Regina, I believe, and spending a week and training up on this kind of equipment. So again, if we don't have the staff who are trained to run it, we don't allow them to do that until they're ready to go. So if it's not safe, we don't offer it.
A situation which has brought the community and the Cypress Health region together as a collaborative team, with the town donating this former business site for primary care.
We spent, I guess it was about $40,000, in the neighborhood of $40,000 to get the roof done. The region did, there was some drywall because there was a water leak in it, probably about a year ago, and the bottom 4 feet of drywall was cut out of it, and some flooring tore up in the back, but the region did that. They got their crews together and they worked diligently to cover that up and get it re-insulated and stuff and make sure the air quality was great.
And despite the closure of the old hospital well in advance of the new facility opening this fall, the town's mayor remains confident in local healthcare services.
I don't think we have a problem anymore now. We've got the interim done and the buildings are good, and we have 4 doctors and 2 nurse practitioners on staff that have been here for a fairly long term now. So I believe that they're working with us and we'll get to it.
Construction of the new Southwest Integrated Healthcare Facility is on schedule and set for completion in September, with the Cypress Health region then requiring at least 1 month to thoroughly clean the building, add furnishings and equipment. Patient services are expected to be on schedule in the new facility in October. Southwest TV News is hitting the road with our annual Summer Around the Southwest tour, covering a variety of exciting events across the region. The Southwest TV News Summer Around the Southwest Tour is proudly brought to you by Innovation Credit Union. Imagine the possibilities.
Fundraising continues for the Swift Current SPCA's 2014 campaign, with a number of unique fundraisers taking place around the community.
Ringside Wrestling, SPCA Fundraiser here in Swift Current. Let's break it down.
Saturday Night Wrestling is a rare event in Swift Current. However, on this weekend, it was a unique fundraiser for the local SPCA. Fans gathered at the Salvation Army Gymnasium to raise funds for a worthy cause, while watching an array of wrestlers from across Canada and the U.S. take to the ring. And as the bouts continued throughout the evening, so did the fundraising, with a portion of the admission and raffle tickets going to the SPCA and non-perishable items to the Salvation Army.
I put this together because it's two charities that are needing help, especially the SPCA, and the SPCA has helped out the Salvation Army by donating dog and cat food to the Salvation Army here, and we give it out. And I got to thinking this last while there that the SPCA is hurting, and I figured if I could get a little bit of money for them and give a little bit of food for the food bank here, it would serve everybody's purposes.
Funds raised at the Ringside Wrestling event will be added to the donations already tallied during the Radiothon at the Swift Current Mall. A busy weekend of fundraising, which SPCA President Graham Parsons says will assist with the year-long campaign of 14 for 2014.
It's going well. We're cautiously optimistic that we're going to meet our target. We had a $50,000 target for the year, and we're well on the way to that. And with the addition of the Radiothon and other fundraising events, we're cautiously optimistic. Of course, it's not a one-off deal. We have to continually raise funds for the shelter, so we'll always be looking for new ways to do that. But at the moment, it's going well.
Parson adds that along with the financial support, you're encouraged to drop by the shelter and meet a new furry friend.
Absolutely. We have an open house there pretty much all the time. Please stop by and take a look. Even if you're not interested at this point in adopting an animal, we're always pleased to see people, and you never know, there might be one in your future.
Donations to the Swift Current SPCA can be made online through their website, by dropping by their bookstore, or the shelter along Highway number 4 South.
Speedy Creek Racing recently showed its support for breast cancer research with a special fundraiser.
This Southwest TV News Summer Around the Southwest feature is proudly brought to you by Innovation Credit Union. Imagine the possibilities. A popular summer pastime in the Southwest is Speedy Creek Racing at Kinetic Exhibition Park. And on this Friday night, racers were saluting women and raising funds for the Canadian Breast Cancer Foundation. Terry Davidson of Rosetown sponsored the Reason to Race event, with the evening close to his heart.
Last August, my mom, she was diagnosed with breast cancer, and she's always been, one of my greatest supporters. She travels all over, chasing us down. Found out that Speedy Creek needed a race day sponsor, and I thought, other than me not being a company or anything like that, the best way for, I could sponsor a race and make it for breast cancer. And that's, it would be the biggest thing for my mom, to have us all sitting back and saluting her and all women.
Along with Terry's car detailed entirely in pink, other participants included a breast cancer decal on their vehicle. And autographs were signed on the trunk of Terry's car, which would later be awarded to his mom, AJ, as a memento of the evening. And the side panels and other parts of Terry's car would later be awarded to winning bidders through an ongoing silent auction, an event which these participants were pleased to be a part of.
Kind of honored to be part of it, and I sure hope we get lots of support in the stands for it tonight.
I've had lots of support from my sponsors, chipping in, getting extra door prizes, and coming down from Calgary, Edmonton area just to support it. My mom has a friend that's just actually diagnosed, and she's gonna start the battle, and so it's just when it touches close to home, it just gives you great pride to go out and show them that you're thinking about them and do what you can for them.
The evening's festivities also included a rare pink Speedo relay during intermission. Following the drop of the green flag by Terry's mom, masked participants and other team members decked out in pink raced for a worthy cause. Proceeds from the silent auction that evening, along with the pink Speedo race and a portion of the 50-50 tickets, will go towards the Canadian Breast Cancer Foundation, helping to bring hope to individuals like A.J. Burton and other women walking the pink path.
Well, this brings to a close another episode of Southwest TV News, reporting the stories that matter to you. We always welcome your news tips. You can always reach us here by phone at our studio or by email to contact us at southwesttvnews.com. Also, be sure to join us daily online for the latest news from across Southwest Saskatchewan and so much more at MyLocalTV.ca. And be sure to follow us on a range of social media. Thanks for joining us here today. I'm Carol Andrews.